All right, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second game of the day here at the 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championship. This game will see the fourth-place team, Team New Brunswick, taking on the fifth-place team, Team Manitoba, here in the last round-robin games of the tournament.
That first game, if it's any indication, we're in for a real good one here between New Brunswick and Manitoba. And Manitoba took the loss, even though with a last-second touchdown to Team Ontario. And folks, if you missed that one, it was all about big plays.
Yeah, a few big plays on both sides, and that's really what it came down to. You know, Team Manitoba here playing a back-to-back here at Mosaic Stadium. For those of you just joining us, my name is Chris Hasbeck. I'm joined by Dan Plaster. And, we talked a lot about in the first game about the sun and the heat, and currently both teams, there's the few clouds in the sky, thankfully covering them, playing in the shade to start off here.
A little bit of a reprise to start off this game, and even a little bit of a change. If you watch that first game, it was opposing sidelines, and they just did the smart thing by moving both benches to the shady side here of Mosaic Stadium as the sun begins to set in the west, as both teams will be on the west sidelines to give you a sense of direction here in Regina for this second game. And that was a lot of fun watching two completely different offenses go to work in that first game. I'm pumped to see what Team New Brunswick brings.
Yeah, Team New Brunswick over the course of the tournament so far, kind of a balanced attack. They have been throwing it a little bit. Of course, they do keep it on the ground a lot. They love their jet motion. That's their go-to. Yeah. So we'll see. I expect to see a lot of that again. Kind of stretch it sideline to sideline, use their athleticism, and see if they can get it in the air. Of course, we didn't see much from Team Manitoba in the first game. We did see them look to throw late in the game, and we'll see if they maybe look to do that a little bit sooner.
Well, I'm more interested to see what kind of legs they have. They didn't even take a warm-up. They didn't even come out of the locker room until about 3 minutes before kickoff, and I don't blame them. And I think even just having a little bit of a shady start here for them is a big thing. And them getting the first kickoff return of the game is big because they had that Delaney Waldner kickoff return in that first game of this little mini jamboree for third place. And strong special teams and strong defense by Manitoba.
Yeah, they really fought it out in that last game. We saw a big pick six by Pro Inglis, of course, the Day 2 MVP for Team Manitoba on defense. So we'll see if she can keep that going here in their last game of the tournament. Great way to end the tournament here for Manitoba against New Brunswick. Should be a good game here as number 11, Emery Bolden, kicks off for Team Team New Brunswick. And that looks like Pro Inglis going to return it actually here, going up the middle, gets past the kicker, and she actually does bring her down eventually, but not before a big return.
That was a big return, and we saw big returns all game, last game, and a huge tackle for Team New Brunswick, because if it wasn't going to happen, and if it wasn't for that tackle by Clarissa Arsenault, it would have been a long run and a very big start for Manitoba.
Yeah, we've seen Clarissa here make some nice tackles throughout the tournament as Team Manitoba gets set up here. Back in that I-form formation, Jada Bolton under center here with Peyton Tursky and McKenna Hampson behind her. She will turn and hand it off to McKenna, this time off the right side. Nice job there reading her block, going upfield, runs through a couple of defenders and gets a good gain of 9 there.
Hampson had 9 carries for 29 yards in their first game against Team Ontario, and she picks up a third of that in her first carry of this game. And it's interesting watching New Brunswick start off very layered on their defense, and they slowly creep up. We'll see how they get closer and closer and closer to the point of attack here as this game goes on.
Good block there by Emily Richaud. Again, any apologies for any pronunciation issues as Team Manitoba here is 2nd and 1 here. Hands it off to fullback there for a nice gain there, getting the first down. That's Peyton Tursky once again.
And we'll see her a lot, and you talked about emptying the tanks for Team Manitoba in their last game here, and Tursky and Hampson, I don't know how much they have left after a week of football.
Yeah, they've been grinding it out here. Don't want to beat a dead horse, but of course mention that short bench, especially getting at the end of a tournament. But Team Manitoba just fighting through this and going to turn and hand it off to McKenna off the left side. Nice job there by Team New Brunswick, only giving up 3 or 4 yards there.
I think this Manitoba offensive line might be able to really handle New Brunswick so far, because that's what we've seen. Even the center of Team Manitoba, number 63, Emily Richaud, able to handle that block right that zero technique right at the point of attack.
Nice job by number 58 as well, Peyton Robertson out of the East Side Eagles. There's quite a few of those East Side Eagles on the field here for Team Manitoba as they get ready here for 2nd and 7, ball on the 35. Currently no score in this game, back in that I-form formation. Jada Bolton takes a snap, going to turn, hand it off to McKenna Hampson off the right side. Following her lead blocker, Peyton Tursky, isn't able to find someone and is going to get this into about a 3rd and manageable.
And stepping up from that safety position was Emery Boland to make the tackle as she was playing deep, but Hampson still able to pick up a few yards. And great tackle there.
A great job by Emery Boland for sure on that tackle. Oh, a little bit of a trouble with the snap going over Jada Bolton's head. She's not going to be able to pick it up, and it's going to be recovered from Team New Brunswick for a turnover on downs.
That is a tough way to end a great opening drive for Team Manitoba. They were able to move the football until that snap over top of the head of the quarterback, and finally Emma Bradley able to recover the football, and now we get a chance to see New Brunswick with the ball.
All right, so off that turnover again on the fumble here, Team New Brunswick gets set up. Kind of a unique formation, and there is that handoff coming across the formation. That's Alexia Brazeau, number 21, and Team Manitoba stretches that out for a gain of about 6.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Brazeau here in this game, as you've seen a big rushing game against Manitoba last time is in their 19-0 win over Manitoba, 149 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Alexia was their
That's
workhorse in the last game for sure. She had a great day on Wednesday. I believe she was their team MVP, or on offense at least. I'm just going to confirm here on the Football Canada as they will hand it off to her again off the left side. And a great tackle there by Mary Grace Uluwarde on 2nd down.
Uluwarde had the unenviable task of shading Cameron Zumlinski of Team Ontario all game. I think this is going to be a little bit of a different game, not as much backpedaling for Mary Grace Uluwarde, and she's going to have to do a lot at the point of attack.
So it is going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Alexia Brazeau was Team New Brunswick's offensive MVP on day 2 of the tournament here, as she's lined up to the right side again. Here, Emma Lundgren at quarterback, going to take that and keep it herself off the right side this time. Has room to run. Going to get chased down eventually to that sideline there, but not after a big gain and a 1st down.
That was a great play call, and I don't know if that was on her, if that was a little bit of a read option on that for herself, or was that just planned right off the hop.
Yeah, you can see on the replay here, nice job by Alexia. Great block on number 47, Peyton Tursky, and she's able to get that edge, finally pushed out of bounds by Chloe Spencer-Nairn from Team Manitoba. 1st and 10 on the 52-yard line for New Brunswick as they look to keep this drive going.
Yeah, this is an interesting offense by Team New Brunswick. If they're going to run the same, they're going to run it again.
Yeah, they don't hide it there. Again, off the left side to Alexia. She breaks a couple tackles and going to finally get dragged down from Mary Grace Uluwarde, but not before getting 15 or 20 yards on that play.
Yeah, I think they're just going to go to that one over and over and over again until they stop it.
Yeah, we saw them play on Wednesday here at Mosaic Stadium, and they didn't really try and hide what they were trying to do. That's their bread and butter. They had a lot of success, of course, earning that 4th place in the tournament so far, and they're going to stick with that until someone can show that they can stop it.
You know a team is confident when you see the same thing over and over again, but if you're able to execute it, then a little bit of a difference here.
Yeah, they're looking to throw this time. Emma rolling off the left side there. That one's going to fall incomplete, intended for Jana McAllister, her running back. Sorry, Emma Lundgren at QB there from the Fredericton Predators. That one's going to fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, she felt comfortable enough going for that throw, and they're going to keep the same offense on the field. Don't see Brazeau on the field right now for Team New Brunswick, as we have a little bit of an injury timeout, and one of the great defensive linemen for Manitoba is one of the 2 great defensive linemen in either Pilgrim or Mohammed is taking a little bit of a rest here, and it looks like it's Shayla Mohammed right now.
Yeah, we'll see if this breather here gets Alexia Brazeau back on the field. You mentioned that they took her off there, but maybe giving her a breather after those long runs. So we'll see. Hopefully Mohammed is okay here. Going to have 2nd and 10 on the 31-yard line. So as you mentioned, this time, similar offenses in the fact that they like to keep the ball on the ground, but a little bit different on how they're trying to accomplish that.
Yeah, New Brunswick really likes to take it wide, whereas Manitoba likes to really keep it not necessarily between the tackles, but between the hash marks, and pounded away by that I formation or a pseudo pro set formation. And then, the New Brunswick Looks like they have that one play over and over again to Brazeau, and that's not a good sign here for Shayla Muhammad.
No, getting helped off there by one of her coaches, and one of the trainers here looks to be having some issues with one of her legs. Hopefully she is okay. As Team New Brunswick will look to hand it off this time again off that jet sweep. Going to try and bounce it out wide, but a good job setting that edge, and a big fill there from one of the linebackers for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, Gina McAllister took the ball there for New Brunswick and started to get a little bit of happy feet as you watch her start to – we talked about going north-south. And she went east-west and was held up, and everybody came swarming in. And Chloe Spencer-Aaron says, I will take that big hit every time.
Yeah, great fill there by Chloe. Going to bring up 3rd and 9. Team New Brunswick will keep the offense on the field here. Ball on the 30-yard line. Looking to get some points on the board here. Janet McAllister's going to come in, and that time going to lead block, going to keep it that time.
Wow.
We're going to get chased down in the backfield. I believe that is Peyton Tursky doing it on both sides once again.
That was an eat-up. There was nothing happening on that play. She almost got the snap. Tursky got there so fast. I don't think Lundgren knew what was even happening on that play. So now Manitoba, they get the stop. And I have a feeling we're going to play a lot between the 30s at the beginning of this football game.
Yeah, I think so. Great job by Team Manitoba there. Not fresh by any means, but taking advantage of coming off that little break between their games and, giving up a few first downs, but finally getting that stop as we have a little bit of a timeout here. I'll have to check and see who called this. And great job to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense.
I think even the officials might get a feel of this game and how the Team Manitoba is playing. And I know when situations like this, the officials think of the player safety first, and it doesn't even matter when you're hitting, of course, or with penalties, but also the state of exhaustion in this heat and back-to-back games. And this would be the first back-to-back games for Team New Brunswick. A little bit of a deeper bench, though.
Yeah, Team Ontario getting 3rd place in the tournament after the first couple of days, kind of earning that breather here, trying to see who can earn the bronze in this 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championship. As Team Manitoba gets ready here, back in that I-form formation. Jada Bolton here, ready, 1st and 10. Going to look to take the snap as it's whistled in.
I would like to see Jada Bolton take the ball more herself sometimes, especially with that. She could have peeled off. So we're going to get a holding call.
Yeah, it might have been a holding there on the fullback, Peyton Tursky. She kind of did a nice job, but McKenna tried to bounce it out wide, maybe instead of cutting inside her block there, and going to result in a holding here, going to bounce him back.
I think sometime as we saw number 2 from Team New Brunswick, Hannah Coburn, really scraped down as the penalty, as you called it, on the fullback. But you saw the linebacker, Hannah Coburn, scrape down the line. She wasn't really paying attention to the quarterback in Bolton, so we'll see if they're able to play off of that at all. But this is a first and forever right now for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, we didn't see them. We only saw them look to throw once, I think, in the last game. And I think they have an opportunity there. Like it looked like when they did look to throw, they had some receivers open. They have some good 2 running backs in the backfield here. They can get them out in space here, but she will just turn and toss it to McKenna Hampson off the left side. Some nice job by her lead blockers. McKenna's going to look to get about 7 yards there. Maybe not quite so much, but going to try and make this second a little bit shorter.
Yeah, and just try to give a little bit more space as she's also slow. I think there's going to be a lot of slowness getting back to the line of scrimmage, but a great tackle there by Hannah Coburn and Emma Bradley for Team New Brunswick, collecting on that the half tackles, or the assisted tackles as they like to call it.
That's right.
In amateur football. Half tackles just depends where you go. Everybody gets a piece.
As we get 2nd and 16 here, ball on the 28 for Team Manitoba, back in that I-form. Jada Bolton here looking to take the snap, hand it off to McKenna Hampson this time, going inside, and going to be a nice tackle from New Brunswick there, and going to force a 3rd and long. We'll see. I believe that's number 12, Alex Purdy, on the tackle.
Yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of Alex Purdy, as well as a lot of these linebackers along this Team New Brunswick defensive backfield. Great work by the offensive linemen of Team Manitoba at the point of attack, but they needed more than 5. They needed 15.
We saw nice tackles by Team New Brunswick on day 2 there. Emma Bradley was their defensive MVP. We'll see if Emma here can start making some nice plays on defense. Alex Purdy had a big pick 6 in their game last Wednesday night, and she did it on both sides. They had her playing some offense as well, and I believe scored a touchdown on that side of the ball as Team Manitoba here looks to punt, and some pressure there, but she gets it away. A nice punt. Good job by the returner there to catch it off the bounce, and it's going to get finally going to keep her feet moving and drag down there after getting an extra 6 or 7 yards.
And a great return by number 37, Clarissa Arsenault, and she looks like she is a little banged up after that return as she was able to shed the tackle of Pearl Inglis and carry it for a little bit more, but it looks like Inglis got caught up a little bit in her legs, and I don't know the way they're working on it. It is cramp.
Yeah, you
and
know,
I think we're going to have a lot of cramp.
I think so, and again, we're fortunate enough to have the clouds here. I unfortunately don't think it's going to last too long as we look at the wonderful sky here at Mosaic Stadium. For those of you that were watching the CFL game last night that was held here, I think TSN showed some nice shots of the clouds in the sky that we had here. Of course, we expect to see that again tonight for our gold medal game when Team Sask takes on Team Alberta. But right now, you know, we can kind of see the sun starting to peek through. It's still about 30 degrees, 35 degrees on the turf for these teams here, and hopefully being on the same side now, they can kind of use that shade to their advantage.
I think Ontario and New Brunswick are used to this humidity. We're us in the prairies here, the Manitoba folks.
Not quite so much, yeah.
No, we like it dry, we like it hot, but once you even mix in a little bit of that 50% humidity, that's where we kind of not like things, but it's still working on the player on the field in Clarissa Arsenault after that really good return.
Yeah, Clarissa's been making some great plays all tournament long here, both returning as we see her kind of sit up there and talking to her trainer there. We just mentioned again, you know, how great it is to see teams from across the country. Of course, we have Team Manitoba, Team New Brunswick, Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta. You know, we hope eventually, being that this is the inaugural one, hope to see a Team Quebec, and Team BC is something that I would really like to see women's football try and grow there, as I know they don't really have much for programs there at the moment. So it'd be great to see them in future tournaments.
I would be scared once Quebec buys in.
Yeah, they have, you know,
Like
the Montreal Blitz there have
yeah.
had a great success over the past years here, and they have some outstanding football players. As Team New Brunswick is going to be ready here for 1st and 10, going to hand it off. Some issue on the snap. They're trying to get it to Alexia Brazeau, and Jana McAllister is just going to have to fall on that for a big loss.
Yeah, that was a little bit yucky on the exchange, and I think that's one they might want to toss back in the bag.
Yeah, it looked like the handoff was okay, but maybe I think Alexia Brazeau maybe saw some pressure there and was looking a little ahead there instead of worrying about the handoff.
And didn't stick it in the stomach.
Yeah. So that's going to force 2nd and 18 here. Ball on the 53 for Team New Brunswick. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in this quarter half. Emma Lundgren here ready to take the snap again. Going to look to pass this time off the right side to Janet McAllister, but that one's going to fall incomplete.
She almost spun and caught that one. If she did, she just had one tackler to break, and it would have been off to the races for Janet McAllister, as this was a decent pass. It seemed like Lundgren was even looking off defenders before she threw it to the right.
Yeah, you know, not bad coverage by Pro Inglis there. We know that she's a sure tackler, but nice to see New Brunswick put the ball in the air. Obviously falls incomplete, going to bring up 3rd and 18 as they get the punt here. They do have Alexia Brazeau onside, something to keep an eye on in case that this is a bit of a shorter kick and that she can go recover it. It is going to be a little bit shorter to the right as Alexia's going to go and try and recover that herself. We'll see who falls on it here as we see the flags come down as they have to call it and then sort it out after. I believe Team Manitoba fell on that in the end, though, and they will end up with the ball.
I love it when we buy into the full Canadiana of football, especially on that. And that was so darn close. And I think somebody was screaming somewhere out at number 95. Megan Mose kind of got washed up in a blocker there. And I don't know if there was anybody within the 5-yard halo other than Brazeau.
Yeah, we'll see here if they call it number 95 in that no yards. It looks like they will. Yeah, so they're just going to call that a 5-yard penalty. We'll say it did not touch that number 95 for Team Manitoba first. So that's only going to be a 5-yard penalty, and we'll set up Team Manitoba here with some decent field position on the 41-yard line to start their drive.
And that was Rob Isbister, the head referee for today's game. Very familiar in the prairie parts, does every level of football. So this is a national championship level, so you get national championship officiating. And a solid first play.
Yeah, different formation that we saw Peyton Tursky out wide that time, but they do turn and hand it off to McKenna Hampson, and it looked like she had some space to run there, but only going to end up with about a 2-yard gain.
But this is good that they're changing it up just a little bit instead of just trying to play between the two pseudo guard tackles. I don't know what they call it in 6-on-6, the two outside blockers along the offensive line. That's where they usually run it. And
nice job.
Yeah.
Nice fill there by Alex Purdy. She's going to keep her feet moving and does end up fumbling that ball. Team New Brunswick rips that ball out. And I believe that's number 44, Emma Plume, ends up with it and gets a nice return.
Almost had it back the other way. And there's your second turnover of the game, but the first one that wasn't turnover on downs is a touchdown saving tackle by Team Manitoba on that play, as that was very dangerous coming back the other way. So there's your first big turnover. Team New Brunswick loving it on their bench. And now let's see if they're able to convert as time ticking down here in the first.
Yeah, just under 3 minutes left here for Team New Brunswick. Good field position after that turnover. Ball in the 37, 1st and 10 as Emma Lundgren lines up here. And Alexia Brazo is going to come across. A little bit of an issue again on that handoff. You know, that's a formation and a play we've seen him run plenty of times, but having some issues today.
They have ran it to success only if the exchange is on point. And that one, I think Brazo was a little ahead of the snap count. And I don't know if that was on Lundgren or Brazo.
Yeah, you can see a little frustration there, and definitely don't blame Alexia there. Going to bring up 2nd and 14 here for Team New Brunswick as Emma Lundgren lines up again in that formation with Brazo to the left. So Brazo's going to come off. They're going to run the same play this time. Handoff is good. Alexia's going to have to make a couple people miss. She makes one miss, breaks another tackle, keeps her feet moving. Going to take that all the way down the sideline for a touchdown, Team New Brunswick.
That is an incredible run because Team Manitoba has been very sure on their tackling, and that is what we came to see for Team New Brunswick, and that is Alexia Brazo with especially breaking the sure-handed tackle of Pearl Inglis and Uluwarde as well.
Yeah, going through two of Manitoba's best defenders there, but just a nice job keeping her feet moving, pumping the arms, and getting a big touchdown here for New Brunswick.
That opens the scoring, and for Team New Brunswick, after a couple of exchanges, they were flirting with a lot of trouble with their exchange between the quarterback and running back.
Yeah, so we see him line up here with 4 to the right this time. 3 eligible receivers as the middle player looks like a little bit early, but Emma London's going to keep it herself that time, but a good fill from Mary Grace Oluwade is going to keep that point off the board.
She had enough.
Yep.
That was just pure I've had enough.
Yeah. Yeah, after that last play, keeping that point off the board. Again, just a reminder for those of you maybe that are joining us for the first time here at the tournament, running or passing on an extra point is only worth 1, as opposed to kicking it is actually worth 2 points.
Yeah, and as you saw, Mary Grace Uluwarde shed the block of Brazo. She's like, I'm not taking any of your junk after that touchdown run, and that was pure frustration stopping that conversion. So now Manitoba, they are heads of the big plays, and now they have a chance here on the kickoff return.
Yeah, we'll see. I believe it's number 11, Emery Boland, getting ready to kick this off for Team New Brunswick after that touchdown from Alexia Brazo. A little bit of a short kick, knocked down at the line, touched by Team Manitoba that time. There is a flag down. I don't believe that kick went 10 yards before it was touched, so we'll see what happens here if Team New Brunswick maybe looks to re-kick this or just take it and back them up.
But still a great play by Tursky to even get that recovery.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the flag, because she's obviously eligible to touch that before the 10 yards. So we'll see what the looks like the officials are picking that flag up. Yeah, maybe a little bit of an issue with the flag there. So they're going to pick that one up, and Team Manitoba will start with it on the 51-yard line. Good field position here.
Very good, and an opportunity for them with these two solid running backs. And if they're able to get anything going here on the run, a little bit of a different number there this time.
Yeah, Pearl Inglis in the backfield this time with McKenna Hampson lead blocking for her. We see Peyton Tursky currently sitting on the sideline here in the shade, getting a breather. Hopefully she's okay. Flag down, though, on the play. So it's going to be offside on Team New Brunswick. Team Manitoba is going to take that 5 free yards, go up 5, and we'll have 1st and 5.
And Team Manitoba would love to just chew up as much clock as possible and get a score. As you see, anybody who is a replacement player just kind of really, its tongues are hanging out right now. That's a lot of dancing here by Pearl Inglis.
Keep her feet moving, breaking some tackles there, but the pursuit from Team New Brunswick finally bringing her down.
We saw Inglis and her running ability on the pick 6 in the last game. She had a 57-yard interception return in the loss to Team Ontario in the first game here this afternoon. And this is the most that we've seen Inglis on offense. As we see another quick break, here's the water coming out for both teams.
Yeah, the staff doing a good job there, running the water out to both teams here, and the officials keep them hydrated. Of course, as we see the sun's now back out here at Mosaic, both teams on the sideline in the shade. We see Team Manitoba here. The few players left there trying to work out some cramps. Of course, this is their first back-to-back game. Team New Brunswick will have theirs next. But fighting through the sun, fighting through some adversity, and just doing a great job.
Yeah, we see especially Peyton Tursky sitting there at the 42-yard line, just probably cool towels. We see the bench of Team New Brunswick getting their instructions here to stop this now 2nd and 10. It was 1st and 5 after an offside call. Now a big 2nd and 10 here for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, Team New Brunswick doing a nice job on that first down there to get back some of those yards after that offside, as Jada Bolton's going to line up back in that kind of I-form formation. McKenna Hampson, Pearl Inglis in the backfield. Another flag down here. Might have been across the line early. Pearl's going to cut back across there, breaking a few tackles. Finally brought down a couple yards short here. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, the blitzing linebacker kind of got a little ahead of herself. It might be Ilya Arsenault on that, but that was a great run. Now an interesting decision. Do you take 3rd and short, or do you take your second? Yeah, I'm overthinking it. What are we doing here? They're going to take 2nd and 5.
Yeah, we'll see here whether they accept the penalty or not. We see them talking to head coach Alexia St. Jean. They're deciding what to do. Looks like they're going to decline that one and going to take the 3rd and short.
Huh. They're thinking aggressively like I am.
Yep. You see if they maybe turn and hand it off to obviously McKenna Hampson, currently in at fullback, their usual main running back, as we see New Brunswick here sending on some muscle for this 3rd down. We see Alexia Brazeau also coming in, their running back, to play some linebacker. As
you saw Chloe Estabrooks come in and play that zero technique to try to get there. Great play. We expected that at some point, and it finally came true.
Jada Bolton finally out of bounds on her own speed there, but not before getting that 1st down. We've been waiting for that play call.
And that is a perfect time to call it on 3rd and short. That is some wonderful play calling. And that is from last game, a replay from last game. That was the Team Ontario, Team Manitoba game. But it was a solid run by the quarterback in Jada Bolton to pick up that 1st down. We're waiting for that. I love that.
Yeah, great job there, Jada, from the St. Vital Mustangs in Manitoba there. Gets a big 1st down, and Team Manitoba driving here, ball on the 36. And we'll see here if they look to keep it on the ground here, maybe get Pearl Inglis another run here.
This is a very productive drive by Team Manitoba, and we talked about chewing up the clock, and they have done more than that.
They will turn and hand it off to Pearl Inglis. Nice tackle there from number 2, Hannah Coburn, from the Keswick Ridge area in New Brunswick there.
And if you're New Brunswick, you play a heavy game defensively against Team Manitoba, and next game it's just going to be backpedal the whole time. I'm like, that is going to be a shock for everybody. And that's so through this tournament, after looking at everything, it seems like it's 5 different offenses. Yeah,
each team has a different identity for sure. Team Ontario team likes to keep it in the air. That's where they've had a lot of success. We see Team New Brunswick, of course, a little bit different run game. They like their jet sweep motion. They do look to throw once in a while. Team Manitoba doesn't hide what they're doing. I-form for the most part, lead blockers running the ball. Team Alberta kind of ran a triple option. They're the only team that we've seen run an option offense. And then Team Sask, of course, a variety of offense there. They definitely prefer to keep it on the ground. They have playmakers get the ball in their hands and let them do the rest. But nice to see so many different offenses.
I like that. And unlike the CFL where you just see basically one offense and a variation of it, or even Canada West, you see it like that. So this is this is why people should watch this and enjoy it.
Jada Bolton's going to turn and hand it off to Pro English. She's going to have to make someone miss there off the left side, but is tracked down from Alex Warman from the Simmons Stomp team out in New Brunswick. Great job there.
Yeah, she cut the edge off and ends the first quarter half with an incredible play, as did not let her get to the outside, shed the block and pursuit, and didn't need any help, as Hannah Coburn was going to come and get that cleanup, but as you said, Warman was able to pick that one up.
Yeah, so the score is 6-0 here at our quarter half break. Again, just a reminder, 2 12-minute quarters here for these mini games that we're playing right now. Teams going for the bronze medal. Again, just a great day of football here at Mosaic Stadium. We mentioned that all the teams had the opportunity to attend the CFL game last night and be recognized for the crowd here at Mosaic Stadium. It's nice to see them getting some recognition that they obviously well deserve. And
great support by the CFL to amateur football. We're very familiar with it here, but I know the Calgary Stampeders and the Edmonton Elks really support Football Alberta. The Blue Bombers as well with Football Manitoba. The Toronto Argos try to support, and as do the Ottawa Red Blacks and the Hamilton Tiger Cats with Football Ontario. New Brunswick kind of out in their own little land.
Yeah.
We're just going to do things our way.
I was talking to some of the Team Sask girls about the Team New Brunswick being able to attend the CFL game, and from what I understand, I might be wrong, I think they might have only had 2 or 3 players, if that have attended the CFL game before. So for them to have that opportunity was just a great job by the league or Football Canada, whoever was able to make that happen.
All of it combined into to get that opportunity, and even to be on the field and see the 25 to 27,000 people cheer them on as they grab the flag, and just don't do what happened in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, we don't need any of that.
I know.
Thankfully, we've only seen some outstanding sportsmanship here from the teams across the board, and we're very fortunate to have that in this tournament. And just got handed some stats here. We'll just go through a few things here. We see McKenna Hampson leading rusher for Team Manitoba, 7 carries for 31 yards, average of 4.4 yards. Jada Bolton, that 1 run for 10 yards. We'll see if they maybe look to keep the ball in her hands a bit more here.
That was a big one. And, of course, Alexia Brazeau on the other side of things. And the forced fumble is the key to this game so far.
Yeah, great job there on that turnover for Team New Brunswick, as the teams are just getting ready here to come back on for our second half. Again, teams will stay where they were before the break. They don't go back and kick it off here. So Team Manitoba here setting up for offense, I believe.
No, I think they might be punting.
Yeah.
Tursky with the big leg. She almost put it through the end zone from this distance in the first quarter half of the first game. So it'll be interesting to see what she does with this.
Yeah, they do have a player on side. We saw that from Team Ontario in the last game, as Senior Brunswick's just getting ready to set up here. As Peyton Tursky does look to kick it downfield to Purdy there. Nice job catching it in the air. Breaks one tackle. Going to hit that sideline. Going to try and cut back in. She's got lots of space, and I don't think anyone is going to catch her. Nice job from behind on the block, as Alex Purdy's going to try and take this all the way, getting chased down from Tursky. Great effort, but not going to get there, and that's a incredible punt return touchdown.
That is amazing by Alex Purdy of Team New Brunswick, and big plays are the difference in big games like this, and to get something like that to start off the second period here in Regina, and just one last tackle she had to break, and great camera angle there on her horse and on the way.
Yeah, great job there by Purdy. We saw her have a pick 6 on Wednesday and a touchdown on offense, and now she adds one to the resume on special teams.
She's going to need a long rest after that one, because that was I would say that was close to 90 yards for the touchdown. She picked it up by around the 20-yard line.
Looks like they're maybe keeping her in at quarterback here.
Boy.
Actually, yeah, they're going to keep it in, hand it off inside there, and that's going to be a good 1-point convert for Team New Brunswick. I believe that's we'll have to catch the number on that.
Number 95, Megan Mose.
Nice job giving it to the old lineman from Kingston, PEI, the only PEI player on Team New Brunswick roster, getting her on the board.
Represent the island, and she loves it, and I think her teammates love it, and that is a big convert for New Brunswick, and it'll be interesting to see how Team Manitoba they're like kind of a wilted balloon right now.
Yeah.
That took a lot of the sails.
Yeah, it's tough with everything that they're fighting through as it is to then give up a big punt return touchdown when you did a good job to force a punt to punt it away. Good punt there in the air, but Alex Purdy takes that all the way back for about a 100-yard touchdown about.
And we've seen that by the 2 punt returns by Team New Brunswick. The first one was along the ground, and the punt returner just went after it right away and was aggressive.
Nice kick there from Emery Boland. Nice return, though. I think that's McKenna Hampson there. They're running back, doing a nice job getting that ball and taking that back just short of midfield.
Just like in any other Canadian league, special teams is key. And if you're able to pick up chunk yardage like this and give your offense a good start, that's always a big thing. Or you can have a kick return or punt return touchdown like we just saw.
So we see Peyton Tursky back on the field for offense here for Team Manitoba, which is great. As Jada Bolton's getting ready here to call the play in the huddle. 11 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game. Team New Brunswick up 13-0 as Team Manitoba will start with the ball 1st and 10 on the 52-yard line, back in that I-form formation. Jada Bolton's going to take it, hand it off to McKenna Hampson, who just had the return, following Peyton Tursky. Nice block there, but cuts outside and gets about 9 yards there, going to bring up 2nd and short.
Just could have followed that block a little bit better, and it would have been a bigger chunk yardage, but to get 9 yards on 1st down. But I think sidelines was in her mind all the way.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit earlier in the game where following the lead block of Peyton Tursky, maybe has a chance to cut it in there, but does do a nice job bringing up 2nd and short here, and we'll expect them. I wouldn't be surprised to see Peyton Tursky get the ball here.
Yeah, Tursky had that defender on roller skates going right back, and now, yeah, I agree. Tursky with the ball. Or do they let the quarterback keep? Oh, that was...
Yeah, a little bit of issue with the snap, but does get it to Tursky. She puts her shoulder down and gets a 1st down.
She's just laying out all kinds of punishment, but I'm amazed how much this player has left in her tank.
Yeah, good job by Tursky there to help her quarterback with the snap, but gets enough for the 1st down here and moves the chains. 1st and 10 on the 45 for Team Manitoba. Big
drive for Team Manitoba. The way their offensive game plan works, I'd say score quick, but quick for them is like a 6-minute drive.
Yeah, they got to get some points on the board here as Team New Brunswick blitzes here. Going to hand it off to McKenna Hampson this time. Nice job following her blocker again. That time Peyton Tursky going inside and getting a big 1st down.
That time it worked. And following your blockers and picking up a 14-yard gain on that play as New Brunswick seemed to be completely fooled and were able to scramble their way to a big 1st down and getting closer and closer to that end zone. And a touchdown here would give them a lot of boost because they know they don't have this. After this, it's nothing but a bus ride.
Alexia Brazeau on the tackle there, doing it on both sides. Jada Bolton here is going to turn, hand it off to McKenna Hampson. She's going to break one tackle there, try and bounce it outside there, but a nice job by number 11 on Team New Brunswick, Emily Boland.
Yeah, Boland with a very sure-handed tackle because, again, it's with 6-on-6. A touchdown is just one broken tackle away. We saw that with that punt return touchdown earlier in this half, but a sure-handed tackle by Boland to keep that to just a 2-yard gain.
We're going to bring up 2nd and 7, ball in the 30 here. Good drive for Team Manitoba. A couple 1st downs here. They'll look to stay in that I-form formation. Jada Bolton here ready to take the snap. Going to turn, hand it off right up inside to Peyton Tursky. Keeps her feet moving, breaks one tackle. Going to run a defender over. Puts the ball on the turf here. We'll see. It looks like the officials are going to call that a fumble, but they're going to say that they're going to get the 1st down and get the ball back.
Tursky's got I'd like to say 2 hands, but when you're falling to the ground like that, sometimes it's hard to keep control of the football as her mind was just on that 1st down. I think if you're the head coach and the coaching staff of Team Manitoba, I think when you're starting to engage contact, 2 hands might be a good thing.
Yeah, good job to fall back on it, though, with a few New Brunswick defenders there. Flag is down here on this 1st down play. Going to hand it off to McKenna Hampson. That time she does cut inside her blocker. Nice read there and gets a few yards. We'll see what the flag is.
As we both give the thumbs up. We'll see what the flag is, but it's the bread and butter is buttering the bread right now for Team Manitoba.
Good run there by McKenna Hampson. Cuts inside. Nice job by Alexia Brazeau to get off the block. Offside on Team New Brunswick, so Team Manitoba will take that free 5 yards. Going to move up and have 1st and 5.
See if they can take advantage of it this time. New Brunswick able to rotate defenders as they have a very deep bench here for 6-on-6 football. Manitoba, as we said, strong up front.
All right, Jada Bolton here taking the snap, going to hand it off to Tursky. And Alex Purdy in there on the tackle. Great one-on-one play in the backfield. And that's going to be about a loss of 1 or 2, I believe.
You hear a lot at other levels of football that your quarterback plays like a linebacker. I think New Brunswick's quarterback plays like a linebacker.
She does. You know, she has that long return on specials, hands it off at quarterback on the extra point, and then comes and makes a nice fill on first down there.
That was great and very, very entertaining so far by New Brunswick.
Team New Brunswick blitzes there. Blitzer tries to get off the block. She does and gets in there on the tackle. I believe that's Hannah Coburn, number 2, getting in there on that blitz. Number 3, actually, Emma Bradley, and making the tackle.
As this has been a long Manitoba drive, and it feels like a lot of the Manitoba players are starting to slowly run out of gas on this drive as the referees blow the whistle. Just waiting to see they're just waiting for the rotation.
Yeah, we saw a Team New Brunswick player down there, Emma Bradley, after that tackle, took a knee, but the refs called the trainers out, but she waved them off, so they're going to let her stay on the field here, and we're going to have 3rd and 4 as Team Manitoba, the first field goal attempt of the tournament. I love to see it.
It is. Oh, this is great.
Peyton Tursky going to line up for this field goal attempt. We've seen lots of extra points for 2. Good snap there, good hold. She's going to have a chance on this kick. It goes off the goalpost and is in for a 3-point field goal.
Love it. Get points on the board, and that one just skims. Do we see a smile? No. Yep, there's a little bit of a smile.
As she should be. You know, it might not have been good from another yard back, but it doesn't matter as that one's good and through there. Nice job by the snapper and the holder, and good blocks there to give Tursky time to put that one through.
I even like that the way they had that formation set up with the third blocker kind of by the holder. An interesting setup, and it did help with that field goal. And I'm glad I got to see the first field goal.
Yeah.
Good to see the first field goal of the game.
We talked a little bit on Wednesday about how we haven't seen any field goal attempts. You know, of course, extra points going for 2. We've seen lots of those. But to have the first field goal attempt and have it be from Team Manitoba, Peyton Tursky there, of course, doing it on all sides, offense, defense, and now putting a field goal through. 1 for 1 so far in the tournament.
That she is now the MVP if you get
special teams
MVP.
Yeah.
Top scorer.
Got to give it to her. Although that return from Alex Purdy was pretty nice. So those 2, obviously 2 great players. Lots of great players here at this tournament, of course, at the 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championship. We thank you for joining us wherever you are across this country. Final day here. I know some of the teams are looking forward to finishing this tournament strong. They've been in Regina here at the University of Regina for a week. Having fun. We saw them have a great time last night at the Rider game, and another beautiful day here for football.
It is, and just the growth of this sport at all levels as they're able to not just start at this level, start at a younger level, and then also have the club programs like the one you run here, not run, but you are the leader of the guide of the ship.
That's right. Yeah. So, to see the senior women's teams have a feeder program is probably the right way to call it. Across this country, it's great to see as Team New Brunswick here going to take the ball on offense. They're going to choose not to go on kick return. Going to turn and hand it off inside that time. Nice job keeping her feet moving and going to limit that gain to about 3 yards.
And Manitoba's defense stepping up. A big opportunity for them to make the stop, as we saw. I think that's like the first time we've seen, second time, because Most had the convert.
Yeah, they're looking to turn and hand it off inside again. Reward her for that convert, keeping her on offense in the backfield there. Nice job, as we see Emma Lundgren here at quarterback again for Team New Brunswick. Number 55, Rebecca Massey here, ready to snap the ball. Going to turn, hand it off inside. A little bit of an option this time. Going to look and pitch it. And a little bit trouble on that pitch. Janet McAllister is going to have to fall on that. It's too bad. That was a great read.
That was there. And, folks, if you want to see old-school wishbone offense, that is pretty darn close. You give to the fullback. You look upfield. The only difference is you don't see any chop blocks.
Yeah, and that is actually still Alex Purdy in at quarterback. My apologies, not Emma Lundgren right now. And great read there to look for the pitch, and it looked like a nice toss there, but just having some issues with it. And Team New Brunswick here is going to line up to punt this one away.
And as you see Brazeau onside again.
A little bit of a trouble with the snap, and Brazeau's going to have to pick that up here. Team Manitoba, good chance for a play. Nice tackle short of the first down, and they're going to turn that ball over.
Oh, that was close because Brazeau and her talent was, again, just one step away from getting that first down. She was able to shed a couple of tackles, but finally,
Peyton Tursky,
Tursky has
kicking field goals and making big tackles there. Nice job by Tursky to stop Brazeau on that little bit of a trouble with the snap on that punt there. And Team Manitoba is going to start with the ball here, 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. 5 minutes left in this game.
Tursky, as you said, from that St. Vital Mustang program, as there are 3 players on Team Manitoba from that program here today. And they're very familiar red helmets. Sticks out here.
Jada Bolton here in at quarterback, and a turn, hand it off to McKenna Hampson. Nice job by the Team New Brunswick defender in the backfield there. She's going to ride her down for a loss. That's number 88, Alex Warman, with a nice play from the Simmons stomp.
And she needed every bit of her strength to stop Hampson from pursuing upfield, and that was just great. And she might not have needed any help, but she would gladly take the help on taking down the ball carrier. And a solid tackle to set up 2nd and very long.
See here, Team Manitoba. See if they look to pass. Of course, we saw them maybe look to do that earlier or late in the last game and have a chance here. We do see Peyton Tursky out wide to the left here, so we'll see if Jada Bolton looks to put this one in the air. She will just take the snap and hand it off. Again, nice fill by Alex Purdy from Team New Brunswick with an incredible tackle on the play.
We've talked about north-south, not just on offense, but on defense. This is the 2nd time we've seen Purdy in the last few minutes just fill the hole. And that's all you need to do.
You know, we've seen some outstanding tacklers here at this tournament from all the teams, but Alex Purdy is definitely one of the strongest tacklers that we've seen, and just showing it again today.
And we're going to see the leg again of Peyton Tursky.
Oh, a little bit of trouble on the snap there, and she's going to have to fall on that one, and it's going to end up in a turnover on downs and a big loss on the play there.
I think that's where fatigue's coming in, because she is very sure-handed, and I think that was just, this is the 2nd game in as many games, and they would be like playing, this is their 4th quarter of a full football game where New Brunswick is still just playing around in the middle of the 2nd.
Yeah, nice job there by the defender for Team New Brunswick to get in there and force that. As we see Alex Purdy lined up at shotgun again at quarterback here, staying in on offense, going to turn and hand that off. A little bit of a fake there. She's going to keep it herself off the right side, actually. Has one person to break, and a great job by the Manitoba player there to prevent a touchdown, because if she broke that, she was gone.
As Delaney Waldner held on with every little fingernail that she had, because I was still expecting the pitch right there.
Yeah, she might have had an opportunity. She decided to keep that ball early and made a nice decision.
Brazeau was yelling at her. You could see the hands going, pitch it here.
Yeah, that's right.
And all you could see is the head coach of New Brunswick going, no.
Yeah, head coach Nick Murray there for Team New Brunswick sending the play in for Alex Purdy. He's going to stay in at quarterback. Megan Most beside her in at fullback. Alexia Brazeau behind her. Going to take the snap, hand it off to Brazeau this time. She wants the ball, breaks one tackle there, cuts outside, is going to use her speed, try and hit the sideline, and finally going to get brought down after a gain about 17 yards.
That would be the twist on the Manitoba offense. You see the spreads the offensive line had from the snap, and that just really spread out that Manitoba defense as a little bit of a horse collar tackle in on that one.
Yeah, ref's going to let that one go. Alexia did a good job of keeping her momentum going forward, probably helping the no call on that one. As we see, I believe it's Peyton Tursky currently down for Team Manitoba here as the trainer comes on. Of course, we mentioned the fatigue starting to play in here with just 2 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of stretching and that sort of thing for Team Manitoba. A lot of electrolytes needed. Bottles of Pedialyte for everyone on the way back, on the bus ride back to Winnipeg for most of these players. But still a great tournament for Team Manitoba. And it's going to set up the bronze medal game here coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, it will be an exciting game. Again, there'll just be two 12-minute quarters there, but will be for the bronze medal. Whoever wins that one between Team Ontario and Team New Brunswick should be a good game. They had a good battle the other night on Wednesday night there with Team Ontario coming on top to earn that third-place finish. So should be a good game here as we get ready for our gold medal game tonight. We'll see Team Alberta 3-1 take on Team Sask 4-0. You know, setting that one up. They had a great game against each other. Team Sask coming up on top just by 2 points.
And that was buoyed by a lot of big plays by Team Sask. It was they really needed those big plays, and that game showed that it was the two best teams in this tournament, and that's going to be exciting. I always a rivalry, and especially at the Football Canada level, it is a big rivalry for sure.
That's right. We see Alex Purdy here getting ready to take the snap here. 1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line. Going to turn and hand it off inside to Megan Most that time. Going to keep her feet going. Good pursuit from Team Manitoba. Limit that gain to about 5 yards.
As Purdy even plays that like a wishbone quarterback. She just watch her hold on to as long as she could.
Yeah, reading that end, doing a great job there. Good decision to hand it off and getting some positive yards on 1st down.
And follows the fullback.
Yeah.
You watch academy football in the NCAA, you'll see exactly that.
Yeah, they don't just hand it off and stand there and watch.
No.
Alex looks again, takes the snap, hands it off inside again, that time to Megan Most. Nice job by Manitoba there, only giving up 2 or 3 yards on that play, going to force 3rd down.
Well, we understand what New Brunswick's going to do from here on in, and that's just chew the clock up, especially giving it to Most, who we first saw with her first carry of this game being that convert for the 2nd touchdown for New Brunswick, and I have a feeling she's going to get it again.
Yeah, Alex Purdy's going to take that snap, and she will ride it and hand it off to her. Going to push her ball carrier there. Ref's not blowing that dead yet. Finally do.
Oh, good spot.
And we'll see where they spot this.
That was a real good spot.
And they're going to give that a 1st down for Team New Brunswick. Just over a minute left in this game. Going to give them 1st down here, and we'll expect them just to keep pounding the rock.
Purdy followed. That was the reverse lead block, as Purdy followed the running back and pushed the fullback. Fullback.
No tandem buck called. You see it once a year.
Yes.
And it wasn't not going to be today. Going to turn and hand it off to McAllister that time. Great job by Manitoba in the backfield, though, and that's going to be a loss on the 1st down play.
Looked like Shayla Mohammed there just ate up the block and forced this 2nd down here. Watch her just shed through almost 2 blockers and get the stop.
We see Team New Brunswick here sending on their regular offense this time, sending back in Emma Lundgren along with Clarissa Arsenault back in the game, which is great to see here. Alexia Brazeau also joining her in the backfield. We'll see. Wouldn't be surprised to see that jet sweep motion here.
And that's how they've set up. We saw this at the beginning of the game, and they're going to end the game on it. This time the handoff is good, and when the handoff is good things happen. And not that time. Stepping up was Pearl Inglis.
Yeah, great job by Pearl there. Similar situation to kind of we've been seeing on the Manitoba side. Maybe an opportunity to cut that one inside her blocker there. The blocker did a nice job, but she's going to take that to the sideline, and a nice tackle there.
Sorry, that was Delaney Waldner.
Yeah, by Delaney Waldner for Team Manitoba. Here brings up 3rd and 9 with 30 seconds left in this game. Big play here.
It is. 1st down here will officially end it. Wow, that is incredible.
Going to be chased down for Mary Grace Oluwarde, going to force a turnover on downs. Great job by Team Manitoba to end their day here.
Yeah, Shayla Mohammed, again, did split the defenders and was able to slow down Brazeau for Oluwarde to make that last tackle for the defense. Now just see what Manitoba can do with the last 20 seconds on offense, and they can finally have some juice as we see a couple of players cramping up, as a lot of Manitoba staff really dealing with one player.
Yeah, Jada Bolton here in to end the game. Going to keep the ball herself off the right side. Going to keep her feet moving. Good job on that 1st down play there.
Just keep that going. That's a play that we maybe should have seen a couple of more times. We've seen it once on a 3rd down gamble, and this time she didn't even fake it. It was all her, but she did the play fake and then took it herself. It would have been nice to see that a little bit more in this game.
10 seconds left. She's going to keep it herself this time. This time going off the left side. 2 flags come down here. We'll see what the officials call. Not able to split the defenders that time. Good tackles from number 3 and number 2 for Team New Brunswick. That's Hannah Coburn and Emma Bradley.
They came out simultaneously because of that hold you saw right at the top of the screen.
Yeah. So Team New Brunswick will accept that hold. Going to push Team Manitoba back, and this should be the last play of the game here coming up.
And for Team Manitoba,
they're going to decline that one,
yeah.
which is good. Going to bring up 3rd down here for Team Manitoba here. Going to line up back in that I form with Peyton Tursky and McKenna Hampson in the backfield behind Jada Bolton. Going to turn and going to keep it herself. Going to follow Tursky this time off the left side, and is going to get that 1st down. But that's going to just about do it here. Last play of the game as Team New Brunswick wins this game 13-3 over Team Manitoba.
I am impressed by Team Manitoba and their grit in this game. It was their second of back-to-back games here in the bronze medal round robin to even keep it within 10. If it wasn't for 1 or 2 mistakes, it might have been a real close game. And this is how tight all these teams are in Canada at this level. At New Brunswick, you get Ontario in the bronze medal game.
Yeah, well, join us back here for that bronze medal game. Both teams 1-0 to start the day here, fighting for that bronze medal in the last mini game here before our gold medal game tonight. We'll see the 4th place team, Team New Brunswick, take on the 3rd place team, Team Ontario, here at 5 o'clock Saskatchewan time in just about 40 minutes here. We look forward to you joining us again. Thank you, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, I got 100%, yeah.